to the Bihar elections. But the question that again comes back here is whether there's going to be a massive cabinet reshuffle, and if it is going to happen, how is the Congress High Command going to deal with it? If there is a massive cabinet reshuffle, that would only mean that Mr. Siddaramaiah will continue at the helm of affairs, or it will be a change of chief minister along with this massive cabinet reshuffle. The other option, of course, with the High Command here is to just fill in some of the vacancies and maybe add one or two names, so that if there is a possibility of the change in the near future, that's going to be done as well. So it's a lot of ifs and buts, and everything, of course, is going to happen only after the Bihar elections is what I'm right now picking up. But because this dinner meeting has been called up, there's a lot of speculation that has already begun as to how the future is going to be like.
Deepak, do stay with me. We also have the State Home Minister who has made a comment. Let's listen in.
High Command ನವರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ರಿಷಫಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದವರು ಯಾರು? ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಇದೆ, ಸಮುದಾಯದವರು ಹೌದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ತೆಗ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕೊಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಂದರ್ಭಾನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಡೀ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ನೇ ರಿಷಫಲ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇನಿದ್ರು
ಸುಬ್ರನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಆ ಥರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. MLAಗಳನ್ನ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆಯೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಅದೇನು ಹೊಸ್ತಾ?
Deepak, very interestingly, both the state ministers we've just heard from are playing this down for now.
Well, as far as the reshuffle is concerned, more often than not, it is a decision that is taken by the High Command. And ministers, even if you're a deputy chief minister, it is not the prerogative of a deputy chief minister, because at the end of the day, constitutionally, the post of a deputy chief minister isn't there. It doesn't exist. It is something that is a creation, and it is just another cabinet, ministry that he enjoys. That is, of course, of Bangalore Development Minister and of Water Resource Minister. Now, the constitutional post here is of the chief minister. He, of course, decides.
I will have to interrupt you there, because Tejasvi Yadav's press conference has started. This is on the battle for Bihar. We will have to cut across.
और हमने पहले भी कहा था कि जितनी घोषणाएं तेजस्वी कर रहा है, उन सारे घोषणाओं का नकल जो है मौजूदा सरकार जो है कर रही है. आज आप लोगों के बीच एक ऐतिहासिक और युवा क्रांतिकारी घोषणा हम लोग जो है करने जा रहे हैं. और लगातार लोगों का ये अपेक्षा और ये उम्मीद थी कि हमारा विजन क्या है, हमारा रोड मैप क्या है, बिहार को हम आगे कैसे ले जाएं. तो आज एक ऐतिहासिक घोषणा, युगांतकारी घोषणा हम आप सब लोगों के समक्ष जो है करना चाहते हैं. और ये पहली घोषणा है, कोई अंतिम घोषणा नहीं है. इसके बाद भी जो हमारा विजन जो है वो आप लोगों के समक्ष अलग अलग प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से हम लोग रखेंगे. तो आज आप सब लोग आए, और आप लोग भी इच्छुक होंगे कि जाने भाई क्या घोषणा हो रही है. याद कीजिए, जब 2020 में हमने जब घोषणा की थी, सरकार बनते ही पहले कलम से पहले कैबिनेट में 10 लाख नौकरी जो है तेजस्वी देगा. मौजूदा मुख्यमंत्री जी अभिभावक तुल्य, उन्होंने उस वक्त कहा था कि असंभव है, पैसा कहाँ से आएगा, अपने बाप के पास से लाएगा क्या. बीजेपी ने 19 लाख नौकरी नहीं रोजगार की बात की। उस वक्त उनके फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर यहाँ आकर के उन्होंने घोषणा की थी। ये बात बिहार के लोगों को पता है, लेकिन सरकार बनने के 2 साल बाद भी किसी को नौकरी और किसी को रोजगार नहीं मिला। और 20 साल ये खटारा सरकार का कभी ध्यान ही नहीं था कि बेरोजगारी जो है सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है। नौकरी और रोजगार के बारे में चर्चा भी नहीं होती थी। तेजस्वी के दबाव में, तेजस्वी के कारण, कोई प्रमाण तेजस्वी को देने की जरूरत नहीं है, 17 महीने में जो हमने काम किया, 5 लाख नौकरी, 3.5 लाख नौकरी प्रक्रिया दी, हम लोगों ने जो है कराया। आज वही लोग जो है बेरोजगारी भत्ता देने की बात कर रहे हैं, नौकरी देने की बात नहीं कर रहे, बेरोजगारी भत्ता देने की बात कर रहे हैं। बस बहुत हुआ, अब बिहार बदनाम नहीं होगा, बल्कि देश दुनिया में बदलाव का वाहक बनेगा। सामाजिक न्याय के बाद बिहार अब आर्थिक न्याय का गवाह बनेगा। बिहार में अब नौकरी का नव जागरण होगा। और जो मेरी पहली जो घोषणा है चुनाव के नोटिफिकेशन के बाद, बिहार के जिस भी परिवार के पास सरकारी नौकरी नहीं है, ऐसे हर परिवारों को एक नया अधिनियम बना करके अनिवार्य रूप से उन परिवार में नौकरी जो है दी जाएगी। यानी सरकार बनते ही इन्होंने 20 साल तक कोई नौकरी नहीं दी, कोई रोजगार नहीं दी, लेकिन सरकार बनते ही 20 दिनों के अंदर ये अधिनियम बनाया जाएगा और 20 महीने में ऐसा कोई बिहार का घर नहीं बचेगा जिसके पास सरकारी नौकरी नहीं होगी। यानी सरकार बनते ही 20 दिनों के अंदर अधिनियम बनाएंगे और 20 महीनों के अंदर जिस परिवार में भी सरकारी नौकरी नहीं है, तेजस्वी उस हर परिवार को एक सरकारी नौकरी दिलाने का काम करेगा। ये हम लोग, आप जानते हैं, कोई प्रमाण देने की जरूरत नहीं है। और ये जो हम घोषणा जो कर रहे हैं, बहुत लोगों का सवाल होगा कैसे होगा, कब होगा, क्या तरीका है। ये सवाल उस समय भी पूछा गया था 20 में, और उस समय भी हमने कहा था कि ये साइंटिफिक रूप से हम लोगों ने अध्ययन किया है। हम लोगों के पास वैसे सारे परिवारों का डेटा जो है, जो हम लोगों ने सर्वे कराया था, उसके आधार पे हम लोगों के पास है, बिहार सरकार के पास है, किस परिवार के पास नौकरी है, नहीं है। और ये पूरी तरीके से हम अगर घोषणा कर रहे हैं तो ये मेरा प्रण है, और जो हो सकता है वही हम करें। कोई जुमलेबाजी नहीं कर रहे, किसी को ठगने का काम नहीं कर रहे, और प्रमाण देने को तेजस्वी को देने की जरूरत नहीं है। हमने वो 17 महीने में काम किया। हमें खुशी है कि हमने वो काम किया, 5 लाख लोगों को नौकरी दी, लेकिन एक कसक है और संतुष्ट तेजस्वी नहीं है। अगर 17 महीने ही नहीं, अगर हमको पूरा 5 साल मिलता तो आप समझ जाओ 17 महीने में अगर 5 लाख नौकरियां तेजस्वी ने दी तो 5 साल में कितना देता। ये इस बात का खुशी तो है कि 5 लाख दिए, लेकिन संतुष्टि नहीं है। और बिहार की जनता इस बार बदलाव चाहती है, परिवर्तन चाहती है और बेरोजगारी को जड़ से मिटाना चाहती है और सामाजिक न्याय के साथ साथ आर्थिक न्याय भी हम लोग बिहार की जनता के साथ करने जा रहे हैं। तेजस्वी ने जो कहा है वो किया है और जो कह रहा है वो करेगा। ये एकदम फिजिबल है, हो सकता है, इच्छा शक्ति चाहिए। लेकिन इस 20 साल की सरकार में कोई इच्छा शक्ति नहीं दिखी। तेजस्वी ने जो राह दिखाया उसी राह को जो है इन्होंने नकल किया। आप देखिएगा जो भी और भी जो घोषणाएं हमने की उसका इन लोगों ने जो है कॉपी किया। 20 साल से लोग पक्के मकान का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, लेकिन सरकार बनते ही 20 दिनों के अंदर विशेष कानून बनाया जाएगा और हर घर 20 महीने के अंदर हम सब लोग सरकारी नौकरी हर घर तक पहुंचाने का काम करेंगे। 20 साल की भ्रष्ट एनडीए सरकार पक्का आवास, सस्ता राशन और हर घर स्वच्छ पानी नहीं पहुंचा पाई। हमारी सरकार में ही 7 निश्चय कार्यक्रम के तहत हर घर नल जल योजना शुरू हुई, लेकिन वो भी नीतीश भाजपा सरकार में भ्रष्टाचार का भेंट चढ़ गया। आप सबको पता है ये 15 में 7 निश्चय का हुआ था। सरकार का दायित्व है जिस चीज की कमी हो उसे वो पूरा करे। हमारी सरकार हर घर को एक सरकारी नौकरी देगी। नौकरी से हर कमी स्वतः ही पूरी हो जाएगी। 20 साल में एनडीए ने हर घर में असुरक्षा और बेरोजगारी का खौफ दिया। अब हम हर घर को जॉब देंगे। हमारी सरकार बनने पर जीत का जश्न, हर घर को सरकारी नौकरी और बिहार में उद्योग धंधे, फैक्ट्री लगाकर एजुकेशनल सिटी स्थापित कर, आईटी पार्क और एसईजेड लगाकर कृषि और डेयरी आधारित उद्योग को बढ़ावा देकर बिहार को विकास के नए पथ पर आगे बढ़ाने के रूप में किया जाएगा। सरकार बनने पर बिहार की बेहतरी और विकास के जश्न के रूप में हर घर को सरकारी जॉब दी जाएगी। जॉब यानी जश्न बिहार, जश्न ऑफ बिहार। जो लोग भूजा पार्टी की तरह सिर्फ 1 या 2 या 3 आदमी नहीं, सिर्फ 1 या 2 या 3 पार्टी नहीं, बल्कि अब पूरा बिहार सरकार चलाएगा। हमारी सरकार बनने पर अधिनियम बढ़ाकर हर घर सरकारी नौकरी जो है वो दी जाएगी। यानी आप समझिए हर व्यक्ति, बिहार का हर परिवार में लोग सरकारी नौकरी होगा, तो हमारे साथ साथ हर बिहार के लोग सरकार को चलाने का काम करेंगे। हो सरकार में भागीदारी, हो सरकार में भागीदारी, हर युवा की हो हिस्सेदारी। इसलिए तेजस्वी सरकार देगी हर परिवार को नौकरी सरकारी। ये काम हम लोग जो है करने जा रहे हैं। एक बार और आप लोगों के लिए कह दे, हो सरकार में भागीदारी, हो सरकार में भागीदारी, हर युवा की हो हिस्सेदारी। इसलिए तेजस्वी सरकार देगी हर परिवार को नौकरी सरकारी। ये सरकार को आपको बेरोजगार ही रखना चाहती है, इसलिए चुनाव आया तो बेरोजगारी भत्ता देने की बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन नौकरी देने की बात नहीं कर रहे। मैं वादा करता हूं कि इस 5 साल में अपने काम से बिहार की सेवा से साबित करके दिखाऊंगा कि बिहार में कि मेरा कर्म बिहार है और मेरा धर्म बिहारी है। जो 5 साल मौका मिलेगा, जो सेवा हम करेंगे, इससे हम साबित कर देंगे कि मेरा कर्म बिहार है और मेरा धर्म बिहारी है। हम जनता के आदर्श सरकार बनकर दिखाएंगे। हमारी पूरी कोशिश होगी कि अपने बिहार को सच्ची, ईमानदार, करेक्ट।
Big poll promised there by RJD's Tejasvi Yadav. He says within 20 days of coming into power, if they do win the Bihar elections, rules will be announced stating that every household in the state of Bihar will be given a government job. I have Raman Rai live with me on that big announcement. Raman, is this even practically possible is a question many will ask.
Exactly, we are also tracking that the big announcement by the leader of opposition Tejasvi Yadav in Bihar. Tejasvi Yadav announces that within a 20 day, if the India Alliance government will form in Bihar, they will make a regulation. They will make a regulation to give a government job to every household in Bihar. He also said that his party conducted a survey at the time of 2020 election in Bihar, when he also said that within a 17 month of his tenure, the Tejasvi government will give 5 lakh jobs at that 17 months. So imagine if the government will form and the Tejasvi will be as a chief minister for the next upcoming 5 years. So imagine how many numbers of jobs can be given by the Tejasvi Yadav governments in Bihar. Tejasvi Yadav also said that his party conducted a survey and their party have a data of it, and that's why he is announcing that statement that he will give a single household government job in every family who is living in Bihar. And this is a very big announcement by the Tejasvi Yadav ahead of the Bihar polls. And he also took a jibe on the Nitish Kumar government, that he said that this is the Khatara government, and whatever the announcement made by the Tejasvi Yadav earlier, the present government of Nitish Kumar
Raman,
is
because I also have
copying
Mr. Paswan with me, Guru Prakash Paswan from the BJP joining me on the phone line. Mr. Paswan, we've just heard from the RJD leader. You have Tejasvi Yadav saying that har ghar mein agar hamari sarkar banegi, we will go ahead and give a government job to every household. Your first reaction to this?
No, we have to understand that these are nothing more than hollow promises. Mr. Tejasvi Yadav's press conference has shown poor imagination and a lack of reality. Whatever he is suggesting or whatever he is claiming to do, it was under the chief ministership of Mr. Nitish Kumar. And the background work that has been done by the BJP in the sector and the state, it is the double engine government that has shown, and it was reflected in the parliamentary election results of the last 2024 elections as well. Mr. Tejasvi Yadav was not able to even pronounce words correctly. He has been tutored, but he has failed to deliver what he was tutored as well. I think the people...
Try and reconnect with you, Mr. Paswan, because there seems to be an audio problem with you there. But the big takeaway from that press conference being that Tejasvi Yadav has said that if the Mahagathbandhan comes to power within 20 days of being sworn in as the state government in Bihar after the next elections, we will have rules and regulations in place and kick off this entire project of having one person in every household getting a government job. The BJP there, their first reaction saying these are false promises, empty promises coming in from the RJD at this point. Raman Rai still with me. We'll try and reconnect with Mr. Paswan in a moment from now. But we also have Mr. Neeraj Kumar from the JDU joining me on the phone line. Mr. Kumar, how do you respond to Tejasvi Yadav's press conference right now, where he has repeatedly said that if their party and their alliance comes to power in the state of Bihar post the elections, we will ensure that every household in the state is given a government job?
Of all, I want to speak in Hindi.
Go ahead, sir.
तेजस्वी यादव का यह दावा कि हर एक हाउस होल्ड को हम नौकरी दे देंगे, यह भी ऐड करते ना कि बिना जमीन लिखवाए नौकरी देंगे, तो उनका तो प्रीवियस रिकॉर्ड रहा है। अभी उन्होंने अपने परिवार को भी नहीं छोड़ा, उनके पापा ने। यह भी कमिटमेंट करते। सेकंड, हम जानना चाहते कि एक तरफ वो कहते हैं कि नीतीश कुमार जी इतनी घोषणाएं कर रहे हैं कि पैसा कहां से आएगा, तो जरा बताएं। जब कर रहे हैं, महिलाओं को हमने 50% नौकरियों में आरक्षण दिया, शिक्षकों की नौकरी में, और देश का रोल मॉडल स्टेट है बिहार, पुलिस बल में सबसे ज्यादा हिस्सेदारी है, तो नौकरी बिहार जैसा बैकवर्ड स्टेट जिसको नीतीश कुमार जी ने एक इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ के रूप में, ग्रोथ रेट उसका लगातार हमारा राष्ट्रीय औसत कायम है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद हमने रोजगार के जितने दर रोजगार का विकसित किया, देश में उदाहरण है ये।
All right, Mr. Kumar, thanks for joining us on the phone line out there. But the first reactions coming in, both from the BJP as well as the JDU, both of them in sync when they say that these are false promises being made by Tejasvi Yadav, who has promised a government job to every household in the state of Bihar if his party and his alliance come to power. With that, we're slipping to short break. News and updates on the other side. Stay tuned to Breaking Ground.
Motorola Edge 60 Pro, most stunning true color pro grade camera. Motorola Edge 60 Pro, the true flagship killer.
Big NDTV impact. The owner of the Tamil Nadu-based pharmaceuticals company that manufactured the adulterated cold cough syrup has been arrested. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets his UK counterpart Starmer in Mumbai with focus on trade, tech and talent. Modi says that new energy has been infused into the ties. Congress veteran Chidambaram clarifies over his 2611 remarks after the Prime Minister slammed the Congress leader. Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcomes agreement on the first phase of US President Donald Trump's peace plan between Israel and Hamas, calls it a step toward lasting peace in the region. 20 hostages set to be released in the coming days.
वॉल्यूम कम करेंगे? आपका पार्सल फिर से हमारे घर पे आया है।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
माँ भी हमेशा पी मार्क मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी, ये आपके लिए।
मैंने कहा था ना, कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में। P Mark, the mustard specialist since 1933.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज का जमाना है, सबको तिल का ताड़ और राई का पहाड़ बनाना है। ऐसे में जनता के जूते के अंदर फंसा कंकड़ कौन देखे? बड़े बड़े मुद्दों के शोर में जमीन से जुड़े मुद्दे अक्सर खो जाते हैं, लेकिन देश तरक्की तब करता है जब जनता के माथे की शिकन हमारी हेडलाइंस बनती है। मैं सैयद सुहेल भारत को जीता हूं, भारत की बात बताता हूं। एनडीटीवी इंडिया पर।
What does the youth of Bihar want in this election? I will dissect and explain.
When it comes to elections, I crunch numbers and tell you what others miss.
Bihar elections, the what, why and how.
I read Bihar politics like no one else.
For over 4 decades now, I have had a ringside view of some of India's biggest elections. This time, I will bring to you the twists and turns of Bihar elections.
Understand the real election dynamics in Bihar. With me on Bihar Battleground.
The ultimate battle for Bihar. NDTV unites the biggest voices, unmissable debates and data discourse. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी जब विदेश जाते हैं, the best app to use is the NDTV app.
a global leader. Defining India's moment in history, a voice shaping the future of a changing world.
हम दुनिया को भी बेहतर AI सॉल्यूशंस देने में जुटे हैं.
Catch Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the NDTV World Summit 2025, 17th and 18th October on the NDTV network, bringing the world to India and India to the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti and I'm so excited to be here at Soundscape with Mr. A.R. Rahman and NDTV Good Times. You're saying English is your first language of comfort. How did you navigate that?
Classic example is telephone Manipol Siri. Manipol Siripaval means like the girl who laughs like a bell. So in Hindi, telephone dhun mein hasne wala, it became like a laughing stock. Then I started doing more Hindi oriented movies which are not dubbed in Tamil. My father was extraordinary and he died. It was a very dark time of us. Then I realized the kind of things he had left me. Synthesizer, keyboards, rhythm machines. Imagine.
This was his?
Yeah, these are my toys.
A.R. Rahman Harmony by the Ganga, which NDTV Good Times has put together this experience.
It's not just one religion. I think Varanasi, if you know Bismillah Khan Sahib, his contribution all around the world, people know where he is from, Banaras. Hopefully, I think this will be the peace concert which people want.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
हेलो हेलो बोलिए मैडम. डब्बा ट्रेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा.
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है.
मैडम एक बात को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ. कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report, we also saw NSE came out with a cautionary circular to the investors. Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has also come out with a release talking about the actions that it has taken. Cyber complaint has also been filed against the entities involved in this entire Dabba trading scam.
And it's time for an NDTV Impact. The owner of the Tamil Nadu-based pharmaceuticals company that manufactured the adulterated cold riff cough syrup linked to dozens of deaths of children in several states has finally been arrested. Ranganathan Govindan had been on the run since the cough syrup tragedy. Ranganathan, who owns Sri Sun Pharma, was arrested in Chennai by the Madhya Pradesh police. It was a dramatic arrest over midnight. Ranganathan is charged with adulteration, culpable homicide, not amounting to murder, and endangering the safety of children. The Tamil Nadu Health Minister, in a belated move, has said the license of the pharma company will be permanently cancelled. The arrest comes in the shadow of the recent tragedy in Madhya Pradesh's Chhindwara district, where at least 20 children died after being administered this cough syrup suspected to be contaminated contaminated. Investigations have focused on Coldriff, a brand produced by Sri Sant Pharmaceuticals in the state of Tamil Nadu. 4 children have also died in neighbouring Rajasthan. In Madhya Pradesh, 20 children are dead and 7 more are battling for their life after consuming this toxic cough syrup that should have never reached them. What began as a series of mysterious deaths in Chhindwara has now turned into a chilling expose of how India's drug regulation system meant to protect lives collapse under its weight.
SIT जो यहाँ से गई थी छिंदवाड़ा से, उसके द्वारा जो श्रीशान फार्मास्यूटिकल्स के जो मालिक हैं रंगराजन, उनको जो है लेट नाइट उनको जो है राउंड अप किया गया और उनकी अरेस्टिंग की गई है. जो प्रक्रिया है उसके आगे की उनका मेडिकल और बाकी की जो कार्रवाई है वो चेन्नई से करके उनको फिर यहाँ लाएगा.
NDTV brings you this exclusive ground report from a factory in Kanchipuram whose owner was arrested in connection with the deaths of those children. My colleague Sam Daniel with this ground report.
From outside Sri Sant pharmaceutical manufacturer at Sunguvar Chatram in Kanchipuram district outside Chennai, whose owner Ranganathan was arrested early this morning under sections of alleged adulteration, culpable homicide not amounting to murder and a few other sections. And police would obtain a pass or transit permit and then bring him here for interrogation. Already the Tamil Nadu government has ordered stopping production at this plant, and based on his response after interrogation, they are very likely to order closure of this plant. In fact, they have struck a show cause notice here, raising several violations. We understand there are around 300 lapses by this manufacturer, and the general hygiene condition here, many say, is far from any ideal condition. In fact, this is a kind of a pump, and if you can peep through this window, you will get a sense of the kind of hygiene this little plant had maintained. The health department also alleges use of banned chemicals by this manufacturer, and at the moment, at least 20 children have lost their lives consuming this particular cold syrup. The Tamil Nadu government has also initiated action. Heads have started rolling. 2 senior drug inspectors have been suspended for alleged lapses in terms of conducting periodic review of this plant. Certainly, this issue has raised tough questions in terms of quality control mechanisms, particularly when India is seen as the pharmacy to the world. And not long ago, products from pharmaceutical companies in India were banned in the US after loss of lives, after patients used eye drops made in Chennai in one case, and loss of lives were reported in Africa, and even the UN, even the WHO had banned use of certain pharmaceutical products from India, after which many mechanisms and systems were put in place to ensure quality control, and now the health minister has said tough action will be taken against these 2 senior drug inspectors. Tough questions, no answers, 20 lives lost as we speak.
20 children died in Madhya Pradesh after they were prescribed Coldriff. Most deaths are in Chhindwara district of the state. NDTV sent out its reporters across the state to check if this syrup is still available in the market. Here's a ground report.
भैया कोल्ड ड्रिंक मिल जाएगी?
नहीं भैया, नहीं मिलेगी।
क्यों?
अवेलेबल ही नहीं है। आप न्यूज़ वगैरह नहीं देखते?
नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता कोल्ड ड्रिंक क्यों।
भैया वो बैन हो गई।
बैन हो गई है?
हाँ।
अच्छा, तो अब मिल पाएगी?
नहीं मिल पाएगी।
पहले रखते थे?
पहले भी नहीं रखते, चलती थी नहीं भैया अपने।
अच्छा, कहाँ चलती है
ये हॉस्पिटल के सामने।
अच्छा,
पूछ लीजिएगा।
तो यहाँ कहीं नहीं मिलेगी?
यहाँ कहीं नहीं मिलेगी।
भैया कोल्ड ड्रिंक मिल पाएगी?
बताइए कोल्ड ड्रिंक और नेस्टोडियस टाइप की जो कफ सिरप है
जी,
वो क्या विक्रय करते हैं, क्या स्टॉक में है आपके पास?
नहीं सर, अपने पास ना विक्रय करते हैं ना अभी स्टॉक में है, हम लोग के पास मंगाते भी नहीं।
कोल्ड ड्रिंक और नेस्टोडियस जैसी कफ सिरप है, क्या आपके स्टॉक में है?
नहीं, ये हमारे स्टॉक में है भी नहीं और कभी आई भी नहीं हमारे दुकान में। अच्छा। और इसका अभी मेरे ख्याल से छत्तीसगढ़ गवर्नमेंट, एमपी गवर्नमेंट एक एप्लीकेशन।
These visuals coming into the state of Kerala where the BJP is holding a protest. We've The BJP leader K. Surendran, along with other BJP leaders, are holding a protest. This is a part of the Sabrimala gold plating row fallout. We saw protests yesterday as well outside the Chief Minister's residence. Again, protests being held by BJP leaders today. High drama both inside and outside the assembly. Also getting news that 3 Congress MLAs have been suspended inside the Kerala assembly. But what we're getting to know here right now is that these protests, highly dramatic, taking place in Kerala, and this is on the gold plating row that is related to Sabrimala. Remember, there have been huge political protests over what has happened, and this is day 2 of BJP's protests in the state of Kerala. Ashwin joins me on the phone line. Ashwin, dramatic visuals coming in. Tell us where this is happening, what is happening, and how long these protests have been on for.
Well, the BJP has decided to take the protest across all the districts of Kerala, and what you see are these visuals of the protest that is ongoing at Kozhikode, where the BJP is protesting against the graft that has happened, the gold graft that has happened in Sabrimala. Large number of BJP workers have gathered in numbers demanding resignation of Devasam minister, and they have also demanded that there has to be an accountability in the gold of Sabrimala, and this has hurt the feelings of the devotees, and BJP has taken a strict stance. The demand is be 3 demands which the BJP state president Rajiv Chandrasekhar has kept it, and this is the bugle that is being taken to all the districts. One is that they want the Devasam minister V.N. Vasavan to resign. Number 2, they want all the records of Sabrimala temple for the past 3 decades, all the records to be made public. And then 3, they have also asked for accountability in terms of all the temple gold, and ensure that there is a fair investigation that has been done by a central agency like a CBI to probe into this matter, which is away from the responsibility of the chief minister, which cannot be influenced by the chief minister. Now, stating this demand, the protests are being taken out by the BJP Karyakartas in Calicut today.
Ashwin, the pressure clearly building on the Kerala government, both inside the state assembly and outside.
Oh, absolutely. Today is the 4th day of the Legislative Assembly proceedings that is going on today. After the question hour itself, the opposition, the primary opposition, the Congress also took out a protest again for the 4th consecutive day. In fact, 3 of the Congress MLAs have been suspended for allegedly manhandling the Chief Marshal in the Legislative Assembly as well. While that is going on, the pressure is being put by the Congress. At the same time, BJP has also said at all districts of Kerala they are going to take out these protest marches. Still, V.N. Vasavan, the Devasam minister, puts down his paper because he is equally responsible for the ruckus that has happened, for the cracking of the devotion of lots of Ayyappa devotees. He is solely responsible for it because the Travancore Devasam Board is a statutory body that comes under the government. The appointments are done by the government, and therefore the government is solely responsible for it, and they must act according to it.
And these dramatic visuals coming in, take us through them. Water cannons being used against the BJP leaders. Extremely dramatic shots from the streets.
Well, absolutely. This is going to be a thing that's going to happen because the BJP has very clearly stated they are going to take the protest to the high decibel across the state of Kerala. In fact, water cannons are being used at the BJP activists, and similar kind of protests can be expected in different parts of Kerala also. In fact, the BJP has just started a first protest yesterday in front of Chief Minister's residence in Thiruvananthapuram, and they are taking it on in other districts as well. The BJP is very carefully, they have stated that this protest is not going to stop. They are going to build up a massive movement against the government, and this comes at a time when there's a local body election that has been slated in the month of December, and certainly this protests are going to intensify. Now, water cannons are being used against these protesters, and police have barricaded the place. They have been trying to cross the barricade, and after which the police have used around 3 or 4 rounds of water cannons against the BJP activists.
All right, let me just take our viewers through what's happening on your screens. I will go back to Ashwin in a moment from now. But you're seeing BJP supporters along with leaders trying to even break the barricade there. Moments before this, you saw water cannons being used by the state machinery out there against those protesters in an attempt to disperse them. But coming back to Ashwin now, Ashwin, through all of this, what is the Kerala government stand in?
Kerala government is stating that let the High Court probe this matter because the High Court has already kept SIT which will be headed by the ADGP of Law and Order H. Venkatesh. So the Kerala government is saying they have done their part and let the investigation happen is what they are saying. But what is very important to know is that the High Court has completely been dismayed by the administrative lapses in Sabrimala, and therefore this entire SIT has been cherry-picked by the judiciary itself. The government has not been given a chance to cherry-pick who the SIT head should be. The members of the SIT everybody will be picked up by the judiciary itself, and that brings the pressure, not just the political pressure, that the High Court has also put enough pressure on the government to ensure that this entire mystery behind the missing gold in Sabrimala be brought out. And certainly this protest is going to intensify. On one side there's political protest, on the other side the protest is ongoing in the Legislative Assembly as well. And now we see the judiciary also creating a SIT to investigate this matter to find the gold heist in Sabrimala.
All right, big news coming out of Kerala. Ashwin, they're reporting on it. What you're seeing on your screens are protests by the BJP leaders and their supporters in the state of Kerala over the gold plating row, but also protests taking place inside the state assembly where the opposition has upped the ante against the Kerala government. Moving on now, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Singh Mann and Aam Aadmi Party's national convener and former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal are visiting a village in Bathinda district. Focus is on opening 3,100 sports grounds across Punjab at an estimated cost of close to 1,200 crore rupees. The event marks one of the largest state-level initiatives for sports promotion in the state of Punjab and in Punjab's history. These playgrounds will be constructed in various villages and towns across the state to encourage sports participation, nurture local talent, and provide youth with modern, accessible facilities.
एक जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है किसी भी देश की तरक्की के लिए, जापान ने, सिंगापुर ने, जर्मनी ने क्या किया? सबसे पहले उन्होंने एक ही काम किया, अच्छी शिक्षा और अच्छा स्वास्थ्य, हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन। हम जितनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर ले, विश्व गुरु बनेंगे, नंबर 1 बने, कभी नहीं बन सकते जब तक हम अपने सारे बच्चों के लिए अच्छी शिक्षा का इंतजाम नहीं कर सकते, चाहे गरीब का बच्चा हो चाहे अमीर का बच्चा हो। आज क्या हालत है हमारे सरकारी स्कूलों की? कोई अच्छा आदमी अपने बच्चों को सरकारी स्कूल में नहीं भेजना चाहता। 75 साल हो गए हमको, 75 साल में हम अपने बच्चों को शिक्षा नहीं दे पाए, कैसे तरक्की करेंगे? सरकारी अस्पतालों की हालत देख लो, 75 साल में अपने बच्चों को, अपने लोगों को हम स्वास्थ्य सेवाएं नहीं दे पाए, कैसे तरक्की करेंगे? दिल्ली में और पंजाब में हमने ये करके दिखाया। क्या सरकारी स्कूल ठीक हो सकते हैं? हो सकते हैं, करके दिखाए हमने दिल्ली में, अब करके दिखा रहे हैं पंजाब में। क्या सरकारी अस्पताल ठीक हो सकते हैं? हो सकते हैं, करके दिखाए हमने दिल्ली में, अब करके दिखा रहे हैं पंजाब में। Health and education is a necessary condition for the development of the country. It may not be sufficient condition, but it is a necessary condition. बिना एजुकेशन और हेल्थ को सॉल्व किया देश तरक्की नहीं कर सकता, किसी भी हालत में नहीं कर सकता। पंजाब के अंदर अब वो बदलाव की चिंगारी शुरू हुई है। 3 साल हुए हैं जुम्मा पंजाब के अंदर। 3 साल कोई ज्यादा नहीं होते, 3 साल बहुत कम होते हैं, लेकिन इन 3 सालों के अंदर पंजाब जिस तरक्की की राह के ऊपर चल रहा है मान साहब के नेतृत्व में। जब हमने 3 साल पहले सरकार संभाली थी, खजाना खाली था, लेकिन हम कभी नहीं रोए। हमने रोए नहीं, गाया नहीं कि खजाना खाली है। जो मर्जी किया, साम दाम दंड भेद जो मर्जी किया सारे का। आज सुबह जो भी मित्तल साहब ने कहा, हमने एक बहुत बड़ा इनॉग्रेशन किया है। पंजाब में आज से 1 साल के बाद आपको 24 घंटे बिजली मिलेगी, नो पावर कट, कोई पावर कट नहीं होगा। एक भी राज्य ऐसा नहीं है देश के अंदर जहां पे पावर कट नहीं होते।
Alright, it's time for what's going viral. Tennis star Medvedev was at it again during the 4th round of the Shanghai Masters. Angered by the umpire's decision to hand him a time violation, Medvedev launched into an explosive rant against him. Listen in.
Mohammed, by the way, I mean, you don't care that all my life I've been serving and waiting for Rafa for 55 seconds, and you give me a goal violation on the first occasion, huh? Time violation. I played Rafa 5 times. There was not one time I was ready to serve and he was ready to return. He didn't get one time violation of return. Why do I get a time violation?
And from global pop icons to cultural powerhouses, the NDTV World Summit this year is bringing voices that resonate far beyond borders. One of the most anticipated names is Balkis Fatih, the Emirati superstar often called the Taylor Swift of the Middle East, a singer, activist and a symbol of modern Arab womanhood. She's set to make her mark on the world stage.
She's fierce, she's fearless, and she's redefining what it means to be a pop icon in the Arab world. Balkis Fatih, born in the UAE and raised in a family of musicians, has become a bridge between tradition and modernity, blending Arabic roots with global pop flair. With over 1 billion streams and millions of fans across continents, Balkis has carved a space few have managed, not just as a singer, but as a cultural ambassador of the new Middle East. From being the first female artist to sing live in Saudi Arabia after a 40-year concert ban, to performing in front of 450,000 people at MDL Beast. Balkis is a trailblazer. At the NDTV World Summit, Balkis will join a star-studded lineup of global changemakers, from tech titans to thought leaders, to talk about art, identity, and the power of women in global culture. From Dubai to Delhi, her presence at the NDTV World Summit is more than star power, it is a statement.
And that's all we have time for on Breaking Ground. News and updates will continue with my southern colleagues in a moment from now. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti and I'm so excited to be here at Soundscape with Mr. A.R. Rahman and NDTV Good Time. If you're saying English is your first language of comfort, how did you navigate that?
Classic example is telephone Manipur se. Manipur Siripaval means like the girl who laughs like a bell. So in Hindi, telephone dhun mein hasne wala, it became like a laughing stock. Then I started doing more Hindi-oriented movies which are not dubbed in Tamil. My father was extraordinary and he died. It was a very dark time of us. Then I realized the kind of things he had left me. Synthesizer, keyboards, rhythm machines. Imagine.
This was his?
Yeah, these are my toys.
A.R. Rahman Harmony by the Ganga, which NDTV Good Times has put together as this experience.
It's not just one religion. I think Varanasi, if you know Bismillah Khan Sahib, his contribution all around the world, people know where he is from, Banaras. Hopefully, I think this will be the peace concert which people want.
वॉल्यूम कम करेंगे? आपका पार्सल फिर से हमारे घर पे आया है।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
माँ भी हमेशा पीमाक मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी, ये आपके लिए।
मैंने कहा था कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
PMAC, the mustard specialist since 1933.
front lines of Kargil. The fury of Operation Sindhu.
So many attacks.
The chaos and cries of disaster zones. To fighter jet cockpits. And the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live. Unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. INS Vikrant. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
In Bihar, bahut politics hai. The year's election super final. Can Jai Viru storm the palace? Or will Bihar double engine defend? Fierce fight, electric election. Biggest team, biggest coverage. Battleground Bihar on NDTV 24/7.
A story of change. A path to renewal. A leader reimagining her nation's future.
This will be my first official visit to India as the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. So looking forward to participating in the NDTV World Summit, where I will have the opportunity to engage with global leaders and thinkers.
Catch Sri Lankan Prime Minister Harini Amarasuriya at the NDTV World Summit 2025, 17th to 18th October on the NDTV network.
अब पुराना कुछ नहीं बचेगा. Flipkart Big Bang Diwali.
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. And now, Aditya Raj Kaul begins a new chapter at NDTV.
Actually, I'm taking off because the stories I cover don't sit still. To bring the world to India and to take India to the world, I need to be where action is.
Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
Rajasthan is history, culture and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power. What is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux. From conflict to India's crowning glory, I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
What does the youth of Bihar want in this election? I will dissect and explain.
When it comes to elections, I crunch numbers and tell you what others miss.
Bihar elections, the what, why and how.
I read Bihar politics like no one else.
For over 4 decades now, I have had a ringside view of some of India's biggest elections. This time, I will bring to you the twists and turns.
Hi everyone, I'm Shruti and I'm so excited to be here at Soundscape with Mr. A.R. Rahman and NDTV Good Time. If you're saying English is your first language of comfort, how did you navigate that?
Classic example is telephone Manipol Siri. Manipol Siripaval means like the girl who laughs like a bell. So in Hindi, telephone dhun mein hasne wala, it became like a laughing stock. Then I started doing more Hindi-oriented movies which are not dubbed in Tamil. My father was extraordinary and he died. It was a very dark time of us. Then I realized the kind of things he had left me. Synthesizer, keyboard, rhythm machines. Imagine.
This was his.
Yeah, these are my toys.
A.R. Rahman Harmony by the Ganga, which NDTV Good Times has put together as his experience.
It's not just one religion. I think Varanasi, if you know Bismillah Khan Sahib, his mission all around the world, people know where he is from, Banaras. Hopefully, I think this will be the peace concert which people want.
A very good afternoon to all our viewers. Thanks for tuning into NDTV. This is the Southern View. And in the next half hour, of course, all my colleagues and me will bring you the top stories from the southern part of India. First up, there's some breaking news coming in from Karnataka. Now, this is as far as the leadership row is concerned. Now, in the latest, the Karnataka Chief Minister has decided to call for a dinner meet. And this will be attended by, of course, by his cabinet colleagues. Tentatively, the date has been fixed as 13th of October, Monday. But the questions that are coming up is that why has this dinner meet been called, especially at a time when there's a lot of speculation that there's going to be a cabinet reshuffle. Is there going to be soft signaling that's going to be done to some of the ministers who will be let go? But the bigger question that comes up really here is, can Mr. Siddaramaiah decide on a massive cabinet reshuffle at a time when there is speculation that there could be a leadership change as well? Even as Mr. Siddaramaiah says that there is not going to be any change and he will continue for the next 5 years, and even as Mr. D.K. Shivkumar maintains that all of this is left completely to the High Command and he's not going to comment, and also discourages others from commenting and also issues notices, there's again a big political buzz that's doing the rounds. We spoke to the Deputy Chief Minister and the Karnataka Home Minister about the developments. Let's listen to what they had to say.
ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ ವಿಚಾರನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವರು ಏನ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಂತ ವಿಚಾರ. ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಭಯ ಹಾಕುದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇನಾದ್ರು ಕರೆದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಸಲಹೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾವ ಚರ್ಚೆಗೂ ಆಸ್ಪದ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಗೊಂದಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ನಮ್ರತೆಯಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ರಾತ್ರಿನೇ DC ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡಿ, ಅವರು ಏನಿದ್ರು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು, ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಏನಲ್ಲ ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ಗೆ. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪಣ್ಣ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಯಾರನ್ನೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾನು ಏನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ನಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ವಿ.
ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ನವರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರ, ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ರಿಷಫಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ರಾಜೀನಾಮೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಇದೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅವರು ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಇದೆ, ಸಮುದಾಯದವರು ಹೌದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ತೆಗ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಕೊಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಸಂದರ್ಭಾನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ನವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಡೀ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ನೇ ರಿಷಫಲ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇನಿದ್ರು
ಸುಬ್ರನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಆ ತರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. MLAಗಳನ್ನ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆಯೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು, ಅದೇನು ಹೊಸ್ತಾ ರಾಜಕೀಯ.
Now, while the ministers, of course, continue to maintain it's all up to the High Command to decide on a cabinet reshuffle and whether there is actually going to be a cabinet reshuffle, you also have a series of comments that keep coming time and again about this leadership change. Just as we thought that it's not going to happen once again, we have yet another minister, and that's the breaking update that we are bringing to our viewers now. Iqbal Hussain, the MLA who has time and again been pulled up for making comments about leadership change, about the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar taking over as the Chief Minister very soon, has done it again. He has gone on to say that D.K. Shivkumar will become the Chief Minister and the High Command will decide upon this very soon. So let's listen to what he said.
ಈಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ
ನಾವು ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ಗೆ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಈಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ಡಿ ಕೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೇನು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ನನಗೆ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಲಾಷೆ, ನನ್ನ ಆಸೆ, ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ, ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾದಂಥ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯನ ನಾನು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
Well, that's as far as the breaking news from Karnataka is concerned. We'll of course bring you more, but for now I'm going to go out to my colleague Sam Daniel in Chennai, because there are more crucial updates coming in from Tamil Nadu. Over to you, Sam.
That's right, Deepak. Thank you. The Madhya Pradesh police arrested the owner of Srisan Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Company that produced the toxic cough syrup that allegedly killed at least 20 children, including many in Madhya Pradesh. Ranganathan has been booked for adulteration and homicide not amounting to murder. Meanwhile, heads have started rolling in Tamil Nadu, with the health department suspending 2 senior druggists for alleged lapses in their work in terms of their periodical review of this plant. Here is my ground report. We come to you from outside Srisan Pharmaceutical Manufacturer at Sunguvar Chatram in Kanchipuram district outside Chennai, whose owner Ranganathan was arrested early this morning under sections of alleged adulteration, culpable homicide not amounting to murder, and a few other sections. And police would obtain a transit pass or transit permit and then bring him here for interrogation. Already the Tamil Nadu government has ordered stopping production at this plant, and based on his response after interrogation, they are very likely to order closure of this plant. In fact, they have struck a show cause notice here, raising several violations. We understand there are around 300 lapses by this manufacturer, and the general hygiene condition here, many say, is far from any ideal condition. In fact, this is a kind of a pump, and if you can peep through this window, you will get a sense of the kind of hygiene this little plant had maintained. The health department also alleges use of banned chemicals by this manufacturer, and at the moment, at least 20 children have lost their lives consuming this particular cold syrup. The Tamil Nadu government has also initiated action. Heads have started rolling. 2 senior drug inspectors have been suspended for alleged lapses in terms of conducting periodic review of this plant. Certainly, this issue has raised tough questions in terms of quality control mechanisms, particularly when India is seen as the pharmacy to the world. And not long ago, products from pharmaceutical companies in India were banned in the US after loss of lives, after patients used eye drops made in Chennai in one case, and loss of lives were reported in Africa, and even the even the WHO had banned use of certain pharmaceutical products from India, after which many mechanisms and systems were put in place to ensure quality control, and now the health minister has said tough action will be taken against these 2 senior drug inspectors. Tough questions, no answers, 20 lives lost as we speak. There's an interesting political development with flags of TVK found in a rally presided over by AIADMK Chief EPS at Kumarapalayam. For more on that, over to my colleague Vijay.
Development in Tamil Nadu politics ahead of 2026 election. Yesterday, ADMK General Secretary Edappadi Palaniswamy held a massive campaign in Namakkal district, Kumarapalayam, where he mentioned that there was a visual where he be able to see TVK flags, 2 to 3 TVK flags which were held by unidentified person. But ADMK General Secretary EPS, while speaking, mentioned that the alliance under ADMK is getting stronger in Tamil Nadu. He even said that Chief Minister claims that DMK alliance is very strong in Tamil Nadu, but the alliance, you can see the flag. He showed the TVK flag and said you can see the flags fluttering here. So the alliance headed by ADMK is getting strong ahead of 2026 election. So this is seen as interesting development. Whether is there any talks between TVK and ADMK going on ahead of 2026 election? Because earlier also TVK chief Vijay never mentioned highly critical of ADMK, because whenever he spoke on campaign, he always criticized BJP and DMK. He mentioned that BJP is TVK ideological enemy, whereas DMK is a political enemy. So as far as ADMK concerned, there was no such big criticism from TVK towards ADMK. So this is seen as an important development. But however, TVK, when we spoke with TVK sources, they distanced themselves from saying that the person who held the TVK flag in the ADMK was not part of TVK. Those are not TVK cadre. So let's listen into what EP